strong brand is one of your best assets in the business world because it's your name. It's what people know you as. It's what people recognise when they see you on the street or when they're in the supermarket or wherever your products or services are being sold. So it's really important to make sure that, first of all, people are going to recognise your brand, but also that you actually have legal protection for it. What we see quite regularly in the industry is people have come up with these fantastic new trademarks or brands. They're really excited about them, but they haven't stopped and checked whether or not someone else has prior legal rights. And the last thing you want is to have spent tens of thousands of dollars developing a brand and then you get a letter from a lawyer saying, that's ours, you can't use it. And something to bear in mind is that graphic designers and brand people who create brands do fantastic jobs, but they're not approaching it from the legal perspective. That's not their job. And what makes a really good brand to market doesn't necessarily make a good brand legally. For example, a really marketable brand might be something that fully describes what you do. Legally, in terms of enforcing that, that's really difficult because how can you tell someone to not use a word that describes their product? Well, the first step we would always say is come and talk to your lawyers, but before you get there, there are a number of things that you can do. I would suggest that you start by talking with the person who's creating your new brand. Find out what they're doing. Are they trying to come up with a brand that describes what you do, or are they trying to come up with something that is totally unique? From there, have they looked at what's actually in the market? Have they done any checking? Not just is there something identical already out there, but is there something that's similar that someone might confuse with your new brand? From a legal perspective, the best brands are completely invented words. I'm sure you can all think of the brands out there that you'd never heard those words before you came across them. But a lot of people don't want an invented word. They want their brand to reflect what they do. So if you're going to do that, a couple of ideas. Don't use a descriptive term. Go for something that alludes to your brand, or to your products rather. Something, for instance, if you have a clothing brand that is for t-shirts, don't call it polypropylene, call it polyfun. And just come up with something that takes it a little bit away from the description.